I can sense the force. It is full of memes. Nice. For the best Football Manager memes on the internet, we're headed to the Old Zealand subreddit. Well, Football Manager and my forehead. Christmas. Waiting for when it's socially acceptable to start playing Football Manager on Christmas Day. Honestly, look, it's not even just Football Manager. Okay, I remember I used to get video games for Christmas every year, and I had to have to wait for all of the other Christmassy stuff to end before I could finally do the one thing I wanted to do most, which is sit down and play those video games. Now it's making a lot of sense how I ended up here, actually. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. J.K. Rowling. Okay, I was on vacation, as I typically am between Christmas and New Year's with the family, and I got so many, this is not hyperbole. I was tagged in this over 100 times. There were tweets, like quote tweeting this tweet, that had hundreds if not thousands of likes. My resemblance to this guy. First of all, I realize my hairline's not kicking most people's asses, but I feel like I've at least got this guy in the bag. The real plot twist is that I somehow do this, play for Brentford, and am married to J.K. Rowling. I have a very confusing life. I guess a few loans would replace them. If you leave Football Manager for a few days, will your players start to starve like on Nintendo? Oh, first of all, Nintendogs, great game. I won't hear a bad word about that game. Loved that game. Second, new feature idea, FM25. I want my players to starve if I'm not there. Just started a save in the 9th division and my only coach got arrested. Pickett wanted by Metropolitan Police. Could trigger some PTSD for a few people, I'm sure. I've actually heard that if you start with Arsenal, Thomas Partey gets this notification every time. Maybe he's just in for a move to Wales. I don't know. Enjoying my life as a responsible manager. People who play their friendlies. People who attend press conferences. That's already on, that's on the far end of the bell curve right there. Me watching the home matches of my youth and reserve teams as a spectator. At this point, you might need professional help. But there's a small part of me that maybe you guys can relate to that envies somebody that has the time to thoroughly enjoy the game like this. I feel like I just don't have the time, and I play the game for a living. Unpopular truth. Uses downloaded tactic. Wants to win honestly. Creates own tactic. It sucks. I know a lot of people are stuck in this cycle, by the way. This is why I make videos explaining how to design your own tactic from scratch. Maybe it's time for me to make another one. Maybe that would be helpful. This is you, and I don't like you looking sad. You don't look good sad. You look good happy and winning. Saw this. Knew who needed to see it. What the hell? A Zealandism was made about this, yes, on the second channel, the Zealandism channel. What happened was the River Plate women's team subjected the Grêmio women's team to racist abuse, which caused 6 players to get red cards and the match be abandoned. So that's the explanation behind this. Meme that hits hard. You, obscure nation wonder kids. I got you. I've got you, brother. No, you don't. And he's UK work permits. See, the problem with the Solomon Islands is that their national team's not ranked high enough for him to get a work permit. Live footage of Zealand stood next to Zealandism. Harsh, but fair. So I'm obliged to trash him. Me watching the AI manager talking trash about me in press. And your mother! Yeah! That's how I imagine myself talking trash. Every damn time. Me as soon as I bid on a player that no other club was interested in before. Oh, you don't get a lot of Nemo memes. This is a classic. All right, thank you for bringing back an oldie but a goodie. This mechanic drives me crazy, but it is realistic. There can be clubs that have players on a short list, and then once you make an offer, in the same way that you'll get notifications in your inbox that a player's had an offer made for them, and you'll consider whether you want to match that offer or whatever. Other teams are doing the same thing. So even if it's annoying, it's realistic, and it's actually a pretty fair game mechanic, all things considered. Someone check the save file. I'm not using the in-game editor. No, they're not using the in-game editor, but they have gotten their hands on enough Infinity Stones that they are saves coming. Very reliable source. They're saves coming. Congratulations on the award, Zealand. Okay, this needs to stop. Either that, or I need to actually get a Premier League contract. We should switch places for a day. He does this, I play for Brentford. Can't be that hard, right? I inherited these loans taking over a club. I don't see the hype of loans anymore. Why would Zealand sing about loans? Bank loans of more than $500 million. Yeah, okay. These are not the loans I'm talking about. You've gotten your loans mixed up and it's cost you. There's only so much room in the lyrics of the loans song. I mean, at a certain point, you gotta use your noodle. Wrong loans. Turn back. You were the chosen one. Me when my wonder kid asks to leave so he can play at a better club. I'm in the Mongolian Premier League. It always hits like this. You're managing in Gibraltar and they get a Premier League offer and you're sitting there like, how could he? How could he do this to me? And it kind of makes sense, but not in the moment, not when emotions are involved. Why didn't he just throw the water bottle? Ruben Amorim damages TV in Manchester United dressing room in angry criticism of players. Yeah, well, we don't know what he damaged the TV with. He might have damaged it with a water bottle. Just something to think about. They're getting younger and younger these days. Six-year-old hardworking midfielder. La Masia is a crazy place. Don't question the methods. This might be the greatest thing I've ever seen. This is a 1-0 win for San Marino in Euros qualifying against Spain. I've fooled myself with this before, but when you get ridiculous-looking results like this, it's because the detail level is not. If your detail level is all the way up, that means you're getting a full simulation, in which case the odds of this happening are basically near zero. I know because I once streamed 22 straight hours waiting for a San Marinese team to win a Premier League match, and it took like 140 seasons. AI late goals in FM. Best striker in the league. Third choice left back. First goal of the season. Double deflection. You forgot the deflection. Also, it was off of like a set piece where your team just basically didn't react to the ball getting cleared the first time. That is the quintessential Football Manager experience. Club is building a £2.8 million, 13,000 seat stadium, and we're already 230,000 in debt, and our highest attendance is 778. I don't know if I've ever seen a board be stupider. That's crazy. Normally, the board will build a new stadium if the current stadium situation's untenable, or, maybe you're selling out basically every game and they'll just kind of accept that. But you're in debt 230,000. You're building a 13,000 seat stadium for friends and family. Pour one out to our fallen soldier here. My guy is wearing number 185. Liga MX is different. Why? I kind of dig it, but why? I've never seen a player without cons. Here we have Zalan Lachko, a man with 0 cons. Kind of like the Mongolian Empire at the end. Pour one out. Now, but this is possible. If you put this guy on one of the best teams in the world, though, he probably would have 1 or 2 cons, because the cons and the pros are obviously relative to the team that you are on at this particular time. I have completed life. Oh, shut up. Shut up. 5-star through the academy. Now, they've cropped it. They've cropped it, which leads me to believe that maybe there's something weird about this that we can't see. But if this was like Indonesia or Malaysia or 6th tier of England or something, you feel like these other players would have higher current ability relative to the team, right? But they don't. Like everybody else in the youth intake does not have very high current ability relative to the rest of the team, just except for this guy. You might have gotten the best wonder kid of all time, suffering from success. When you forget to change the backup goalkeeper in a title-deciding game and he delivers a masterclass. I'm Jose Mourinho. I wonder if anybody's ever done this in real life. Accidentally submitted the wrong team sheet and then kind of rolled with it and it went well, and then they just played it off as, oh yeah, I knew what I was doing. I always had faith in that guy. And then they'd never be able to tell anybody because that would ruin the faith that that person believes that you had in them. This has definitely happened before, actually. Every game seems to have its broken, unorthodox tactic. What's worked for you this year? I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me. Does that work? I haven't seen that tactic all year, dude. That is, obviously a no center back tactic, but you're running 2 halfbacks and a ball-winning midfielder. Maybe the 2 halfbacks just turn into 2 center backs, but then offensively they step further forward. And the inverted fullbacks step in as like a pair. I could see how this might work. I do this stuff, and I have not seen this tactic. I'm kind of scared of it, though. Me when I went 2-0 up away at Porto in my first Champions League season. Parque Bus. Ah, yes. Weird thing. I believe that's Diego Simeone's hometown. Fun fact of the day. Should have paid more attention in school. Me in school. Microsoft Excel. Me, an adult with FM24. Microsoft Excel. Just staring back at you. You can never escape the spreadsheets. They're all encompassing wherever you turn. So you might as well enjoy them. When you finally sign that wonder kid you were looking for the entire save. Hates big matches. Dang it! Oh, it just makes me mad to look at. Jesus Christ. Wanted by 43 clubs. That's an appropriate response. Where can you play? Middle. It's a lie. The guy can't even play goalkeeper. This is rigged. But you know what's not rigged? These memes. That's it for the memes this time, but if you want to look at more Football Manager memes from this awesome subreddit, then there you go. And if you want to be a part of these memes next time, join the subreddit. It's great for tactical advice, Football Manager discussion, and forehead discussion.